Have you ever had a bad week? Like spill coffee on yourself, miss your bus, get yelled at by your boss bad? Now multiply that by about 16,594 and throw in a guillotine. Congratulations. You're now in the middle of the French Revolution's greatest hits album, The Reign of Terror. Now that's what I call judicial overkill. It all started with a little thing called inequality, some slight discontent, and a king who thought wearing silk pants and eating cake would solve systemic poverty. Spoiler, it did not. By 1793, Louis XVI had lost more than just the trust of the people. He'd lost his actual head. And as the monarchy toppled, a bunch of guys in powdered wigs and revolutionary ideals took centre stage. That's when things got stabby. At the heart of this bloody roller coaster was Maximilien Robespierre, a man who looked like your awkward cousin at a wedding, but spoke like he was auditioning for the role of God's wrath in a stage play. He believed in virtue so much, he decided the only way to protect the revolution was to purge it of every person who wasn't quite as virtuous as himself. And how do you define virtue? Easy. It's whatever Robespierre said it was yesterday, until he changed his mind today. The year was 1793. France was surrounded by enemies, starving at home and utterly exhausted. So what did the revolutionary government do? Establish stability and peace? Oh no. They created the Committee of Public Safety, which, fun fact, was about as safe as juggling knives on a trampoline. This committee, led by Robespierre and his very intense eyebrows, had the job of protecting the revolution. And if that meant executing anyone who sneezed suspiciously, so be it. Now, let's talk about the guillotine. The national razor, the crowd pleaser, the TikTok trend of its day, except instead of dancing teens, it featured decapitated nobles, or priests, or peasants, or really anyone who looked like they once said bonjour with the wrong tone. The logic was simple. If you're not with us, you're dead. If you are with us, well, you might still be dead, but slightly later. One of the terror's most exciting features was mass paranoia. People were accused of being anti-revolutionary for rolling their eyes, owning silverware, or, my personal favourite, expressing sorrow that their family member had just been executed. Oh, you're crying. Clearly you hate liberty. Off with your head. Even the revolutionaries weren't safe. Danton, once Robespierre's BFF and the life of the Revolutionary Party, dared to suggest that maybe, just maybe, chopping off 1,000 heads a month was excessive. Mistake. The guillotine doesn't do nuance. Danton was arrested, tried, and executed in record time, because nothing says justice like killing your friends before lunch. And then came the grand finale, Robespierre's big mistake. You see, when you spend a year executing anyone who disagrees with you, eventually people start thinking you might be the problem. Especially when you give a long, dramatic speech about traitors in the government, but refuse to name names. That's not politics, Max. That's how you die in the first 10 minutes of a murder mystery. So in July 1794, known in revolutionary calendar speak as 9 Thermidor, because why not rename the months, Robespierre found himself on the wrong end of revolutionary justice after a failed suicide attempt that left his jaw flapping like a broken puppet. He was executed without trial the next day. The Reign of Terror ended not with a bang, but with the thud of one more head in a basket. In just under a year, the terror claimed tens of thousands of lives. The guillotine, once hailed as the humane, egalitarian method of execution, had become a symbol of indiscriminate slaughter. The revolution had eaten its children, its cousins, and its neighbour's dog, all in the name of liberty. And the moral of the story? When your political strategy is kill everyone, don't be surprised when the revolution eventually turns around and kills you too. Vive la révolution. Sort of.